वी आर लाइव राइट नाउ। और आवाज़ आ रही है या नहीं आप बताइएगा। सो वी आर रीडिंग टुडे। आज के जैसे रूटीन है फिजिकल एंड स्ट्रक्चरल जियोलॉजी, इसे पढ़ते हैं। सो चलिए पढ़ते हैं। सो वी आर रीडिंग इंट्रोडक्शन टू जियोलॉजी, जो कि है हमारा पहला चैप्टर। Geology is a fascinating subject which observes pulse of Earth. It studies the Earth as a whole, its origin, structure, composition, and history, including life and nature of processes which have given rise to its present form. Geology can be defined as study of the history and evolution of Earth and its inhabitants. It deals with Earth. Geology can be defined as the study of history and evolution of Earth and its inhabitants. And its inhabitants. It deals with the Earth, rocks of which it is composed, and it changes and the changes it has undergone or is undergoing, according to Grotinger. According to Grotinger and Jordan 2010, geology identifies the branch of earth science that studies all aspects of the planet, its history, its composition, internal structure, and its features. तो बेसिकली यहाँ पर जो है वो घुमा फिरा के आपका जो नोट है वो जियोलॉजी का डेफिनेशन है। तो हम इसका पूरा समरी साइड में लिख देंगे। How does geology differ from other how does geology differ from other sciences? Now let us discuss how geology differs from other sciences. Quite often you have seen that scientists are portrayed as people who perform experiment wearing white lab coats. However, the subject of geology differs from sciences in the following respect. Geology is outdoor field science with its own approach and standpoint. Field is its Field is its natural laboratory where one can observe the nature directly. Geologists try to probe Earth long history by reading which has been written on rocks. Geologists may have to work in nook nook and corner irrespective of the remoteness and arduous nature of the terrain. They engage themselves in data collection and uh, incorrect perception insight in the field, and missing critical observation of the evidence can abort discovery of rich mineral deposit. It may also lead to failure of civil structure made by man, such as dam. Almost all the great discoveries were made in uncontrolled and natural field environment. Geological processes operate on much larger and longer scales. Geology is fundamentally an observational field science, and geological map is the main tool. Field is natural laboratory for geology education. Hence, field component is the integral element of geology curricula. However, its past few decades, computer software have become available, which can simulate field in laboratory to some extent. तो इससे पता चलता है कि अगर आपको आगे जाके रिच होना है तो आपको कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर्स बनाने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि इसी पे बहुत सारे जो है काम आज लोग कर रहे हैं. यू हैव टू लर्न कोडिंग. तो यहाँ जो मेन हम लोग का जो नोट्स हम बोल सकते हैं, ये टोटल पैराग्राफ जो हमने पढ़ा वो है कि जियोलॉजी फील्ड सब्जेक्ट है. How does how do geologists study Earth? You have read that geology is field science, and the field exists everywhere around us. Geologists must define the aim of the project before they start working on it. You must be thinking that what could be the aim for a geologist. Example, it could be discovery of petroleum mineral source or location of an earthquake prone region. Let's us discuss the following steps involved in the geological studies. Making observation. Observation is collecting data using five senses. Data is the information gathered during observation. For instance, observing the sun rises in the east provides data about the Earth's orbit. Building or modifying hypothesis or model. A geoscientist proposes a hypothesis based on careful observation over a long period of and present it to the community for working evaluation and repeated testing. A hypothesis is confirmed. The hypothesis that is confirmed gains credibility. Prediction. It involves the use of hypothesis or model to predict the existence of other phenomena or to predict the result of new observation. This is done using deductive reasoning. Conducting experiment to test prediction. Conducting experiment to test prediction. Testing a prediction involves collecting data for designing an experiment for accurate examination or careful testing for the hypothesis. Drawing conclusion. Geologists analyze the data obtained and draw the conclusion they have collected to arrive at the conclusion out of several principles being followed. One of the fundamental is uniformitarianism. Uniformitarianism. James Hutton in 1785 propounded the principle the present is the key of the past. The present is the key of the past. It means that ongoing process on the earth provide clues to unraveling its mysteries. Many such repeated observation at least the validity of the conclusion. It is thereafter the hypothesis becomes a theory or a scientific law. और ये सही बात है. द प्रेजेंट इज द की टू द पास्ट. अगर हम किसी पर्सन के ऊपर भी ये चीज़ करें तो थोड़ा बहुत ये चीज़ भी अप्लाई होती है. ठीक है, तो ये कुछ प्रोसेसेस था जो जियोलॉजिस्ट यूज़ करते हैं. तो वो इसका जो नोट्स हो सकता है वो है प्रोसेस ऑफ diving into past from present. Relationship of geology with earth science. We have discussed about our obvious interest in the study of Mother Earth. The study of this constitutes earth science. Earth scientists observe, classify, classify and collect data about Earth. They constantly strive to unravel secrets of the Earth. Earth science integrates knowledge from traditional disciplines such as biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, engineering, and economics. Earth science deals with the systematic study including all the aspects of science related to the planet Earth, the atmosphere, the hydrosphere and biosphere, as well as solid Earth. The broad areas of Earth include the following: geology, hydrology, oceanography, meteorology, astronomy. Of these we are concerned here, and we will of these we are concerned here, and we will concentrate on geology. Hydrology is the study of थोड़ा म्यूजिक कम कर हाइड्रोल ये ले इसको यूज कर Hydrology is the study of movement, distribution, and quality of water on the Earth's surface and other planets. Oceanography, also known as marine science, is the branch of Earth science that studies all the aspects of ocean, Earth's atmosphere, weather, and climate from the subject matter of meteorology. Meteorologica was the first Meteorologica was the first earth science book which was written by Aristotle and got published around 330 BC. Astronomy deals with the study of outer space with respect to Earth. It has fascinated human beings since ancient times. Earth science also include geography, in which we study the surface feature of Earth and its inhabitants. Without any reference to its genesis, you must study all of them to really understand the how the Earth works. Earth Earth science presents the history of a planet, the processes modifying it, and the project of its future as well. The study of earth science gives us a new perspective on why and how things happen around us. It is also attempts to find solution for real global environmental problems in relation to place and time. Watch these videos to know earth system science and its societal impact. In this section, we have studied the definition of geology, how it is related yet different from other sciences, how a geologist studies Earth and relationship of geology with Earth science. In the next section, we will be discussing about different branches of geology. But before going to the next section, spend 5 minutes to check your progress. तो यहाँ से जो पैराग्राफ से जो हमने सीखा वो था कि जियोलॉजी subject has connection with different subjects. 2. Define geology and states its relation with earth science.
इधर बैठ हम वो तुम्हारा रहते मुझे बड़ा कर राउंड लगाते हैं
ओए गाली मत दे भाई.
लाइव चल रहा है देख रहा हूँ
Geology in an integrative science. Justify what are the major differences between geology and other sciences. Branches of geology. You have already learned that integration of basic sciences in geology. Now let us study about various branches, also referred to as subdisciplines of geology and their scope. General geology. General geology includes Planetary geology, also known as astrogeology, which deals with environment, Earth's environment in outer space. It Earth's environment in outer space. It is concerned with geology of celestial bodies such as planets and other moons, asteroids and comets. Physical geology, physical aspect, the internal and external agencies and processes that shape the earth are dealt in the physical geology. It includes many branches. Structural geology, it deals with the study of structure observed in the rocks as a result of various physical forces. Structural changes occurs on the external surface of the earth. The study of these structures forces involved constitute structural geology. Geotectonics or dynamic geology, it is related to large scale aspect of earth crust. It concerns with the environment of the earth crust and the shape, structure and arrangement of the rock masses resulting from deformation caused by the movement. The study of these forces and changes forms the subject matter of geotectonics or dynamic geology. Geomorphology or physiography, deals with the study of surface feature of earth which are produced as a result of various external agencies operating on the earth's surface. Physiography describes the external characteristics, whereas geomorphology, we study their genesis also. Mineralogy. Mineralogy is the branch of geology that deals with the study of minerals related to their formation, composition, characteristics, properties, physical and optical classification, mode of occurrence and origin, as well as their geographical distribution and utilization. Descriptive mineralogy deals with the study of different characteristics of minerals. It is subdivided into the following. Physical mineralogy is the study of physical characteristic of the minerals. Optical mineralogy deals with optical characteristics of mineral. Chemical meteorology deals with the chemical makeup of the minerals. Crystallography is a branch which deals with the study of crystals. This involves this involves their external forms and internal atomic structure. Economic mineralogy Economic mineralogy deals with the study of economic importance. It is the study of economically useful minerals and rocks of earth crust like coal, petroleum, metallic and नॉन मेटेलिक ओर्स. और आपको भी अगर इन सब में इंटरेस्ट है, पैसे कमाने वाले मिनरल्स ढूंढने हैं, तो इकोनॉमिक मिनरलोजी पढ़ो यार. जस्ट जोकिंग, ताकि ये लाइव इंटरेस्टिंग रहे. पेट्रियोलॉजी. Petrology, Greek word petra meaning rock and logos meaning knowledge, is the branch of geology that deals with the study of rocks, including the origin, texture, mineralogical composition, distribution, and history of rocks. There are three branches of petrology. Igneous petrology deals with the study of all aspects of igneous rock which are crystallized on cooling and consolidation on hold and consolidation of hot molten material called magma. Sedimentary petrology includes study of sediments or sedimentary rocks formed by mechanical disintegration of chemical decomposition of pre-existing rocks. Metamorphic petrology deals with the study of rocks formed when and pre-existing rocks undergoes changes in response to increased pressure and or temperature in presence of chemical active fluid. Historical geology, it records the feature and aspects of the history of earth and comprise the following. Paleontology, the study of ancient remains of plants and animals that are found in rocks of the past geological periods. Is referred to as paleontology. The life of the past ages is preserved in the rocks. The life of the past ages is preserved in the rocks in the form of fossils Fossils are remnants of plants and animals of the past geologic age preserved in the rocks of earth crust by natural processes. Paleontology can be further divided into vertebrate paleontology, invertebrate paleontology, micropaleontology, paleobotany, paleno, paleontology, paleobotany deals with the study of ancient plants, whereas paleontology deals with the study of spores and pollens preserved in rocks. Stereotography, the study and arrangement of rocks on the earth in chronological order, is the subject matter of stratigraphy. This branch of geology deals with the study of stratified and other rocks as the record of geological history. Chronological order is an arrangement of events in time or record of events in the order of their formation occurrences. We have read the definition. We have read the definition of core or general branches of geology. Now we will discuss the applied and allied branches. Applied and allied branches. Mining geology, it deals with the study of application. It deals with the application of geology to mining engineering to select suitable sites for quarrying and mining. Engineering geology, engineering engineering geology. अंशुल कसं करलं ना पद्धती. It deals with geological studies related to problems that arise in civil engineering projects suitable for along with suitable treatment like construction of dams, tunnels, mountain roads, building stone and road minerals. ठेकेदार लोग को ये चीज़ पढ़नी चाहिए. इंजीनियरिंग जियोलॉजी. वाह, हमने 20 मिनट पार कर लिए हैं. Hydrogeology or geohydrology, it relates with groundwater and is field between geology and hydrology. Rock mechanics, it is related with geology in dealing with behavior of rocks that is subjected to static and dynamic loads. Geophysics, interaction of geology. Geophysics, interaction of geology and physics applied to survey and prospecting is the branch known as geophysics. The constitution of Earth and the nature of physical forces operating on within the Earth are its study minerals, are its study materials. Geochemistry, it concerns with the abundance, distribution and migration of various elements in the earth. Biogeochemistry, it deals with the study of geological it deals with the study of geological it deals with the study of geological, chemical, physical and biological processes and reactions that govern the composition of the natural environment. It involves बायोस्फीयर, हाइड्रोस्फीयर, लिथोस्फीयर एंड पेडोस्फीयर. ये पेडोस्फीयर क्या होता है भाई? Marine geology or geological oceanography, it involves geophysical, geophysical, geochemical, sedimentological, paleontological investigation within the ocean basins and coastal margins. Geoinformatics, it develops and uses spatial data and informatics framework to address the problem of geology related to geomorphology, mineral exploration, structural geology, etc. Watch these two videos to understand the geoinformatics and its application. Okay, इसको देखा जाएगा. Watch. Emerging areas of geology. In similar manner, several emerging branches of geology are as follows. Medical geology, it deals with the relationship between natural geological materials and processes and their effects on human and animal health. Structural geology, it deals with nature and distribution of soil, occurrences of mineral fertilizer and underground water required for sustainable agriculture. तो ये चीज़ हम लोग क्या एग्रीकल्चर के लिए पढ़ सकते हैं. Paleoclimatology, it is the branch of geology that studies climate on earth. क्लाइमेट के लिए भी पढ़ सकते हैं. Geomology, it is considered as branch of mineralogy that deals with identification and evaluation of natural and artificial gems and gemstone. भाई जेम्स के शौकीन हो तो ये पढ़ लो. Forensic geology, it deals with the study of evidences related to minerals, oil, petroleum and other materials found on earth that can be used in legal matters. Geomicrobiology, it deals with the interaction between microorganism and their metabolic processes with geological and geochemical materials and their processes. Geotourism, it deals with the tourism that sustains or enhances geographical character of place, its environment, culture, aesthetics, heritage and well-being of its resident. Geoarchaeology, it uses multidisciplinary techniques of geology, geography and other sub-disciplines with archaeological study and thoughts. For example, protection of building materials from weathering. Geostatistics, it is the branch of statistics focus on spatio-temporal data sets to investigate geological aspects. The branch have become so vast and developed that they are often regarded as independent branches of science. In this section, We have studied various branches of geology. In the next section, we will be discussing about the importance of geology in our lives. Before going to the next section, spend 5 minutes to check your progress. What is planetary geology? भाई वो जियोलॉजी जो प्लैनेट्स के बारे में पढ़ाती हो. What do you study petrology? Petrology di- distinguish between geomorphology and physiography. List four emerging areas of geology. Geology in our lives. We must be curious by now with many questions in our mind. What do geologists do? How do geology affect our life? What is the role of geologist in our society? How do geologists practice geology? Let's find the answer to this question. You have realized and read about our civilization depends upon the natural resources. Civilization depends on natural resources, water, soil, fossil fuel, metals, minerals and others of the earth. तो इससे यहाँ जो ये बात लिखी गई है, इससे ये पता चलता है कि हमें ये सब बचाना चाहिए. वाटर, सॉइल, मिनरल्स, फॉसिल फ्यूल्स. It may be interesting to note that most of the ancient civilization like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa civilization preferred river valleys for simple reason of availability of water supply. Harappa civilization preferred river valleys for reason for availability of water supply. A geologist is supposed to study the earth considering the short-term and long-term interest. In this regard, exploration and utilization of earth material is necessary to meet the present need and also conservation. Plan conservation for future. Do you know that geology enter our life many times a day and it is relevant in day-to-day life? You would thus realize that geology is highly unitarian science. Knowledge of geology is absolutely necessary, in fact essential for understanding the natural environment and planning for a more comfortable existence of man. Only through the knowledge of geology we can appreciate the fact that supply of resources to mankind and energy, fossil or nuclear, can be extracted from the earth. Basic understanding of the earth and its resources is necessary for sustenance and improved agriculture productivity. Agriculture productivity result succeed in feeding not only people of our country but also some of the less fortunate ones elsewhere. Natural resources, we have discussed about that we get a variety of useful materials from the earth crust of useful material from the earth crust. Systematic geological studies are very important for their exploration. Such materials are building materials like quartzite, sandstone, granite are used for construction of road, building, etc. Mostly the locally occurring rocks are preferred as building materials because of their availability in the neighborhood that reduces the transportation cost consideration. Metals like iron, aluminium, manganese, copper, lead, zinc, chromium, silver, gold, tin are important and have always been indispensable for our civilization. Are extracted. These metals are extracted from ores. For example, copper is extracted from chalcopyrite. Aluminum is extracted from bauxite ore. Min- Minerals like clays are used in cosmetic and ceramic industries. Mica is Mica is used as an insulator. Sulfur bearing minerals are used in paint and pigment industry, diamond in abrasive industry. These are all extracted from rocks. Fertilizers. Rocks on weathering provide elements like phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, sulfur on soil uses plant nutrient. Gemstone. We have precious and semi-precious stones like diamond, emerald, ruby, moonstone, amethyst, which are used by human beings for ornamental and decorative purposes. Medicinal. Various metallic ores are utilized for preparing bhasmas in Ayurvedic medicine. Water resources. We are well aware about the problem of water scarcity The world today is facing acute water crisis. The world today is facing acute water crisis. You might wonder that if three-fourths of the world is covered with three-fourths of the world is covered with water, which is renewable resource, then how come problem has arisen? Water is the basic requirement of all living beings. It is most important requirement for human life, for his personal needs, agriculture, etc. We all get water in form of rainwater, underground water, and mineral springs, and above all from rivers and glacial melts. For proper planning, exploration, conservation, and utilization, geological studies are very important. Power resources. You must have observed in daily life that power generation is an important aspect of overall development. Power and energy supply to mankind is from biological, thermal, and nuclear sources. Biological, thermal, or nuclear sources which come from Earth. The natural resources are listed below. Provide power and energy. It is for geologists to explore and exploit them. Coal is coal is required for domestic and industrial. Coal is required for domestic and industrial purposes. It also used in thermal power plants. Coal is required for domestic and industrial purposes. It also used in thermal power plants for power generation. Several powerhouses in the country utilize coal for generation of electricity. Petroleum includes oil and natural gas apart from many other products. We hope you are familiar with uses of petroleum products. Can you imagine your world without petrol or diesel? Atomic minerals bearing uranium and thorium are important fuel for nuclear power generation and development of country. Geothermal energy is the vast reservoir of heat energy. Geothermal energy is the vast reservoir of heat energy in the earth interior, of which surface manifestation are the volcanoes, fume, fumaroles, geysers, streaming grounds, and hot spring. Currently, geothermal energy is being commercially exploited for generation of electricity. Engineering projects. Knowledge of geology of the area is extremely useful and necessary for before initiating and during and also the maintenance of engineering project, including the site selection such as in dams, The construction of dams and the site selection depends on the proper geological investigation. The reservoir are constructed for storage of water for future use. The site of reservoir, the rock and its basement and surrounding are geologically investigated prior to its construction. Tunnels, tunnels for road, railway lines, underground canals, powerhouses are constructed, and for their stability, geological studies are necessary. Railway lines, for construction of railway lines, especially in hilly terrains, the knowledge of a specific geological condition is necessary. Roads, for construction of roads and highways, definite geological investigation are required because they have to withstand heavy traffic. It becomes extremely important in hilly terrains. Bridges, proper geological studies like study of catchment area, maximum volume of water expected to pass through the bridge, foundation rocks are necessary for construction of bridges. Now you can visualize how geological studies are important for construction of engineering projects. Without proper geological investigation, it may not be even feasible, not be able feasible to complete the project, and even if it's completed, it may not be stable. It may not be stable. Origin and evolution of life on earth. On the basis to know about origin and evolution of life is the record preserved in the rocks of the earth crust as fossils. With the help of fossils and other evidences, we can understand about origin and evolution of life on earth. Fossils are useful in the study of evolution and migration. Evolution and migration of animals and plants through ages. Ancient geography and climate of the region. This is studied in the branch of geology known as paleontology, mm, about which we have mentioned in section 1.3.4. Natural disaster, natural disaster management. Geological studies can save the mankind from natural hazards. The acquaintance of the geology of the area can help managing the natural disaster and reducing the damage caused. For example, earthquakes. We can identify regions where the earthquake may be expected. Therefore, construction of huge structure can be avoided in such earthquake-prone belts. Constructing earthquake-proof building can also minimize the effect of earthquake. Floods, systematic geological investigation and effective measures can minimize the disaster of flood prone areas. Avalanches of rocks, snow are masses which move downhill under the action of gravity. Precautions should be taken regarding construction to minimize disaster avalanche in in avalanche prone region.
तेरा ईयरफोन दे तो
वे यूज कर रहे हैं।
तेरा ईयरफोन दे तो
और एवलेंचेस जो होते हैं जहाँ पर पत्थर या स्नो के बड़े बड़े बॉल्डर्स, बड़े बड़े साइज के, वो गिरने लगते हैं। तो ये कहाँ होता है? ये जनरली हिली एरियाज में होता है, माउंटेन एंड हिली एरियाज। Sinking, quarrying, withdrawal of support, underground water, overloading of areas, or earthquake can induce surface collapse. Such areas can be delineated and safety measures could be taken. Landslide. Landslide occurs when slopes Landslide occurs when slopes are destabilized anthropologically by construction activities, removal of forest cover, quarrying, river undercutting of base of adjacent rock due to tectonic regions. Geologists can help in proper planning to avoid the possible disasters. Role of geologist in sustainable agriculture. Geologist Role of geologist in sustainable agriculture. Geologists can play a significant role in educating the farmer or agriculturist. And making him literate in respect of his land, rock underlying it, the structure and composition of soil. Geologists can enlighten the farmer with concepts like water management, surface and underground resources, and rainwater harvesting. Agriculture geology deals with aspect. We have discussed in this section about the geology. Geology plays a significant role in our lives as a source of water, energy, food, minerals, metal, and building materials, including construction of engineering projects and disaster management. Also about the important role played by geologists in our society. एरिक सेलियस, और हमारे पास 6 मिनट है टू रीड फॉर एन आवर. Eric Selius in Perkins 2011 mentioned that in geology there's room for those who love field work. There's room for those who love field work and there's room for those who don't. You have seen that geology is for everyone as it works for everyone. We are sure that having read this section you are fascinated about geology and might be intending to take up geology as your career option. Now we will discuss about the employment prospect in geology. Employment prospects in geology. In the recent year, exciting careers in geology has been developed more interest among the youth to study this subject as an undergraduate and postgraduate level. The career of the geologist provides an opportunity to explore virgin terrain and provide satisfying adventurous feeling. People often imagine trekking to far-flung regions to hammer rocks, to far-flung regions to hammer rocks. When no one talks of geology as a career, after reading the last section, you are now familiar with the challenging job as geologist and no role as geologist. Geology discipline offers a wide range of opportunities. The geologists play an important role in exploring and exploiting in the exploring the mineral wealth and natural resources. The most important the most important job of geologist natural disaster natural disaster and effect on environment to discover the mineral to discover the mineral of to discover the minerals of economic importance, underground water and coal and petroleum resources. Geologists have to identify and suggest the suitable sites for construction of bridges, road, buildings, and laying railway lines. They are also responsible for exploration of natural resources found in ocean. They determine the quality of soil by conducting geochemical and geophysical surveys. Thus, the career in geology Thus, the career in geology is an ex. Thus, the career in geology is exciting and interesting option as there are ample employment opportunities. Geologists can pursue a career as a hydrogeologist, petrologist, paleontologist, geophysicist, and mining geologist, environmental geologist in central and state government, and also in semi-government, private, and multinational organization. The Union the Union Public Service Commission (UPSC) calls for the competitive examination employment for geologists in Geological Survey of India (GSI) and Central Groundwater Board (CGWB). यूपीएससी में भी काम आता है ये सब जियोलॉजिस्ट आप बन सकते हो, उससे रिलेटेड भी आप वहाँ करियर बना सकते हो. You may get employed through competitive examination in Coal India Limited (CIL), Oil and Natural Gas Corporation (ONGC), Oil India Limited (OIL), Indian Bureau of Mines (IBM), Steel Authority of India (SAIL), National Hydroelectric Power Corporation and NPHC, Atomic Mineral Division (AMD), Mineral Exploration Corporation Limited (MECL), and Government of India undertakings and central state ground water boards and state mining department, infrastructure construction companies, and many other organizations. In defense and paramilitary forces also utilize the services of geologists as to provide valuable inputs of location of defense site, terrain evaluation and navigation. It has been predicted that in near future rapid economic expansion Rapid economic expansion in our country and rest of developing world would further boost the demand of geoscience graduate globally. Uh, Geoscientists will be specialized skills needed to help oil, gas, and mineral resources and also to manage manage natural and man-made hazards. सो गाइस हमने यहाँ तक कर लिया है, और जो हम नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे हम करेंगे वो है प्रोस्पेक्टस इन गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर। तो आज के लिए इतना ही, ठीक है। अभी मुझे दूसरे सब्जेक्ट्स भी करने हैं। सो थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग एंड कीप रीडिंग, कीप लर्निंग।